In this video, I'm going to show you how to close out PMs. To begin with, I'll log in. And I want to start by discussing the difference between the work orders and what we call quick and dirty calendar-based PMs. First, I want to emphasize that all of your PMs can be done in the work order screen. How this is done will be covered in a separate video. For now, though, I do want you to notice there are a lot of different options under the work order screen, as you might expect. Okay, let's contrast that with the PM screen. Now, this is the screen where we're going to close out our PMs. In a previous video, we created these PMs under the yellow background oil can. Okay, we'll notice here immediately that there's not nearly as many menu items or options as there was on the work order screen. This is intentional. We created this screen just for simple, list-based, calendar-based PMs. Alright, so to close out these PMs, I select a row with my left mouse button, or I can select multiple rows by holding the Control key. I could block select by holding the Shift key. In this case, I'm just going to pick one row, and we'll notice the start date here is 1/5 of 2019. And I'm going to say, well, this was completed on the 14th of March. And I'm going to give it some hours, how long it took. This can also be displayed in minutes. And then I may put in some task completion comments. Maybe I noticed when I was out there the chain was wearing out. I may want to put that in there. Okay, at this point, when I click completed, notice what happens with our start date and our due date. Okay, so what happened here is the completed date became the new start date. The due date became the start date with the interval in days added to it. So as you can see, the program simply rolled over this PM. This is nice because now I don't have to create new PMs every time I want to close one. Contrasting that to the work order screen, every time you want a new work order, you create a new work order. Now granted, there are ways in the program where the program itself will automatically create work orders. Again, that'll be discussed in a future video. Okay, for now, let's talk about what happened when I closed this. When I closed this PM, first of all, the history was archived. Who completed it, when it was completed, how long it took, and the task completion comments. By having all this in history, you can now go back into history, see how long it's taking for this individual to complete work, how many hours they're spending on it, what types of parts they're using, the cost of those parts, was the PM done late, what's the average late time, and so on. All that's available in history. Once that's archived, the program rolls over the PM, as previously discussed, and creates a new one. So this system is really nice for simple list-based PMs. Keep in mind, these PMs can also have extensive detailed information on them. So although they do have a relatively short task description, these can be linked to details that provide extensive information about how the job is done. Alright, let's talk about how we can filter these, and also when we close multiple PMs, how is that handled? Okay, I'll start with that. So say we're going to close these 4 PMs and we have a half an hour in here. Is it going to apply a half hour to each, or is it going to take a half hour and divide it equally by the 4, attributing 7.5 minutes to each? Well, that's an option you can pick. Currently it would divide it, but we could always change that. Okay, all those were closed out. Alright, the other thing we can do here is we can filter. Perhaps we just want to work with one equipment item. Belt conveyor number 3. We can filter by that. We can filter by the minimum maximum interval, and so on. Any of the filters that we apply then create a menu item dynamically from the file print assign PM lists. Notice the program created a menu item for us to make it very simple to print just our filtered view. Okay, basically that is all there is to these quick and dirty calendar-based PMs. Thanks for watching.